Right, everybody, go. Sun's low. Still I see you back in the lorry. Anyway, this little bit is for those of you who enjoy the lorry driving side of things. This one's a little bit different, so I thought I'd film it for you lot to see. Now, I'm in Scotland, just over the border. I've already been up to Dundee and Cowdenbeath, dropped off there, and now I'm just over the border, little village with an industrial estate on farm machinery. And just sort of make out the machinery, right? And I'm picking up a combine now because we've got a combine. We have to use a special trailer, and I'll just sort of show you, spin you around. So this is our combine trailer, or one of the three we got. This one's a little bit different. So obviously combines, great big things, and normally for the wheeled combines you got the wheel wells there, so you take out this board and then the wheels sit in the wheel wells there. And most combine trailers you have outriggers that you pull out at the side, a bit like these here. So just there, you undo that and you pull that out, and then you drop planks of wood in there. But this one's a little bit different, and I'll show you in a minute, because underneath here we've got some hydraulic controls, and the back half of the trailer spreads open, but I'll show you that. But I'm just going to go over to the combine in a minute, because I need to measure up. So, as a well-known YouTuber says, I'll follow you. And the combine we're doing, tractor cab, anybody? The rest of the tractor you get when you can afford it. So there's the combine in there. So this one, unlike most combines, is on tracks on the front, half track. So that's where the header fits. Header's the big long bit you see that thrashes all the crops down. So yeah, it's on tracks. So it's a Case 9250. I'm just going to check to see how wide it is for opening it up. How much ground clearance does this thing lift up? Like I say, most of these are a bit higher normally. There's the thing, and there's the big arm. So I'm just going to measure this up and see how wide it is. That's 12 foot wide. A little bit longer on the wheel there at the back, I'd say, but roughly about 12 foot. So, go get the trailer all set up, ready for them to come back from lunch. And I've got to take this down to another dealer down at Farmstar. So, go get it all plugged in and get it sorted out. Catch you in a minute. Hydraulic pump whirring away. As you see, there's one side opened up. So I just need to do the other side now. Brake lever, try them all together at the same time. And so that one's got to go by itself. One in the plate, there you go. measure the overall width now. But so there you are, all open. Marker boards, might have to move those boards. All they do is you've got a locking pin underneath, you just pull these out, slide them to wherever you need them. But yeah, measure the distance. So it's on. Just make out how wide it is, how big it is. Chain down. I did bother chaining down, showing you me chaining it down. Don't want me grunting and groaning like a pig on its way to slaughter. But yeah, it's on. It's quite tall, but all chained down. Flashy lights going. All's good. So the next thing is to get it to its destination. The joys. Now I did video it going on, but I'm not sure if it didn't press play, because when I turned the camera off and then I just picked it up, it had been recording for God knows how long. But in a minute when I play the footage back. So I hope I got it on. If not, I'll record it when it's going off. All right. So get on the road, get down to Doncaster. All right, see you in a minute. Bye. So it's just about ready to rock and roll. Just need to put my whirly gigs on because it's a wide load and we're on sort of like up on the A68, A69 and everything like that. Got an escort, he's just waiting outside, so just give him a shout. All right, Martin, yeah, ready to roll when you are. Pull forward to speak to him then, because he's obviously not on. I can say I was shouting you when I was back there, but you obviously couldn't hear me just from back there. How about that? Hear me now? Yeah. Yeah, I got you now.
Oh, is it?
I don't know, it just pressing it, it weren't clicking.
Alright, I was saying I used to be yesterday, but they're not the best.
No, that's right, it's clicking alright now. It just kept, and then also you went click, click. It sort of must have been stuck in as I.
Cheap crap, aren't they?
Of a mile, turn right onto Charlesfield.
So, rolling, just about to get onto the A69, which is going to be fun because it's probably a bit busy.
Turn right onto the street.
If we hit Newcastle around about rush hour time, we'll probably pull over and stop because we do not want to be trying to go down up and down the A1 with with the heavy traffic with a wide load like this. So, a very nice person just let me out.
Continue on the street.
So, crack on down the road a bit. Once we get out onto the A1, I'll probably pick you up again, have a little natter, and try and give the people at Doncaster a ring, see if they're still going to be there when I get there, or if not, if there's anywhere where I can park up outside with a big combine on. But yeah, sun's out now after all the hail and rain we just had, so I'll catch you guys in a minute. Look after yourself, take care, bye. So for those of you who have never sort of been up to this part of the world, technically still in Scotland, not far from the border. This is the A69 that runs from Edinburgh. A68 we're on at the moment. We'll follow this down to the A69 and follow the A69 into Newcastle. So next big place we're going to hit is Jedburgh. So, but I just thought I'd let you have a little look a bit of the beautiful scenery up here. I mean, it's outstanding. I love driving around sort of this part of the world, and further on up into Scotland, up the A9 sort of, or all the way up to Wick. It's just simply stunning at all times of the year. I mean, it was hailing a little while ago, a little bit of snow mixed in, now the sun's out. It's you get all sorts. Seeing the Escort van out the front there. A68 car wash. Yeah, I wonder if they'd do my truck for a £5. I doubt it. Kelso, 9 miles off to the left there. Some sheep in the fields. Are coming in a little bit, so I've just got to watch myself here, get my road position over a little bit, especially with that one. Speed camera. Jedburgh. What a Mill coffee shop restaurant just over there. Speed limit for going through Scottish villages on these back roads now is 20 miles an hour. Although very little people tend to pay attention to it. But being big and ugly like I am, and there's a police car sat there, it's sticking to the 20. Have a look at it, but yeah, just about. Tight there with the islands in the road. Well, that first one there where I had to sort of come at it at an angle. In the summertime, this town's a totally different place. Absolutely heaving with tourists, hikers, adventurers and stuff like that. Cheers.
Come on, mate, you alright?
Yeah, cheers. Just get past this lorry a minute. Yeah, that's alright, he stopped when he saw me.
Anna.
Thing is, when you're doing this sort of work where you're wide, I mean, like I say, it's 12 foot. It doesn't sound a lot in the grand scheme of things, but yeah, it's an A road, but you've got a lot of trees overhanging and growing at angles out into the road. And when you've got something delicate, alright, combine might not sound delicate to you, but things like the cab and the glass and the windows and all that lot, you know, can easily be smashed with a branch of the right thickness. So you have to take that into consideration when you're driving down these places, you know, position yourself accordingly, so when you get something coming the other way like a big lorry like that, you've got to just sort of like slow it down, you know, watch your mirrors. Right here, just here, I've got a tree just here, it's branches up the top there sticking out. Can't hear him clunkering on the roof of the combine, but I've not got the window open, and I probably am, but I've not seen any debris being left behind, which is a good sign. And they do move a lot of combines up and down this road, so they've probably all been trimmed neatly. Or sheep.
Nothing at all coming towards you on that, mate.
Thank you. try and hold them up there a minute. I've got this wall here to contend with.
Last car is a Ford Focus.
Alright, so yeah, didn't really sort of film any more of the combine coming off or any more travelling down to the area it's going. I'll just turn the kettle off a minute. I just pulled over for a break. But anyway, yeah, so I dropped the combine off in Doncaster. It was dark when I got there, and wet and windy and miserable and horrible, so I couldn't really get the camera out, taking it off. From there I went up to Hull, to Queen Elizabeth Docks, picked up a tractor from there, then down to sort of like Bradford, Wakefield area. Picked up two machines there. Picked up a forklift and an access machine, a platform. Yeah, that was fun getting to. The first address I got given was actually the bloke's house, and that was tight getting in there. But also, once I got the right address, the yard where the machines were was tight getting into. But anyway, picked them up. Dropped the access machine off down near Horsham in Surrey, then back to my yard, took the forklift off, put a telehandler on, a Manitou telehandler, up to put the forklift back on, then up to near Taunton area, out to Sticks a bit, dropped off the telehandler, and then the forklift I dropped off in, oh god, I'm losing my mind. So yeah, dropped off the forklift there. Dropped off the forklift up near Taunton. A Manitou dropped off in Bridgend in Wales, and then the tractor that I picked up in Hull that I've been carrying around with me eventually dropped off in a little village, quite a big dealer, but a little village about 10 miles north of Carmarthen in Wales, which brings me to today. I dropped that off first thing this morning. So Storm Eunice has hit. So where I was right in the red weather warning, which is a long time since I was in a red weather warning. But yeah, so I'm now making my way up to a little place called Sandford, up near sort of like Whitchurch, sort of up around that area. And rather than going down sort of like back in through past Swansea and everything in Cardiff, which is all in the red area, and when I was looking on the sat nav earlier, everything was all the roads were coming up as red. I think they're closing a lot of the bridges and everything like that. I've actually come up sort of like the part of the coast road, which yeah, you might think is a bit silly, but according to the Met Office app and that, like, it's fairly fairly calmish going up that way. So I've come all up that way. I'm just stopped just to put a kettle on and just warm me pasty up in the microwave, which I'm going to munch on in a minute. But as I was driving up, I was thinking, you know, yeah, part of Wales maybe a lot of people don't see. I missed most of it. They're typical, but I thought I'd have the camera on, let you have a little look-see driving up this way. Hope Storm Eunice ain't affecting you too bad. It is absolutely flaming horrendous out there, and like I said, I've managed to sort of like stay ahead of the worst of it and stay away from the red area. Whether I get a rollicking for it, well, it's not longer, it's actually shorter in distance travelling this way, but obviously it's going to be longer in time in normal conditions. I don't think it's shorter in time in sort of like in the weather conditions we got at the moment. So I'll spin you around in a second. Just going to eat my pasty and I'll get on the move and show you a bit of the sort of like Welsh countryside, north, sort of like heading up towards North Wales area. I'm heading up towards, trying to get up to Shrewsbury and then pick up the main roads from there. Alright, see you in a minute. So you have to excuse the windscreen wipers going, as you can see. It's blustery, bit of hail. Well, more than blustery. Absolutely blowing a flaming hoolie, I should say. Anyway, mirror, nothing coming behind me. Can't come in. It is very quiet on the roads today, I will say that. People are adhering to the advice and staying at home. But I don't blame them, because it is absolutely flaming miserable out there. But like I said, I was catching the wind there, but then as you come around the corner, flaming out, Marshall stopped again. I went past him a little while ago and he was sat having a break, and I was just going past him again. Must be found it too windy. But in summertime and this again, this part of Wales is absolutely stunning. Well, I mean, it's stunning this time of year, but in summer obviously it's more enjoyable. There's several parking areas where you can park up, go out walking, hiking, hill climbing, if you're into that sort of thing. I think those days are gone for me nowadays. Getting too old for that rubbish now. Not rubbish. For those of you who speak Welsh, I can't tell you what the sign says. Obviously it's the name of the little village. Well, I'd hardly call it a village. Powys, Montgomeryshire. Again, you can see what deforestation sort of like done to this part of the world as well. And if you look over to the right of the screen there, you can see a big forest, and you know, hundreds of years ago all the hills around here were covered in forest, but a man in his infinite pursuit of wood has cut them all down, much the same as it is in parts of Scotland where you see the bare hills. You know, the odd little copse here and there, they were all once covered in sort of trees. A few cars behind me already. Have to wait. Nothing coming in front, so I'm going to cut the corner. Apexing, as they say in racing terms. To the corner, to stick to the road markings. Yeah, good job I did. But anyway, so bit of silence there. Sorry, I was just concentrating on what I was doing. But anyway, let's go back to this charity pond build. If you're sticking with me, those of you who stuck with it and enjoyed the lorry driving thing. So it's like I said, I'm not doing it for myself at all in any way, means or forms. No money. I'm not after subs or anything like that. It's just a project where I'm trying to get, I suppose I'm trying to get the community together, the koi community together, to do something and pull together, work together, and, you know, get something that I think is a worthwhile cause done. As I said before, you know, we all know, yeah, pond keeping can be stressful at times, but as a rule, it is just so calming, relaxing, peaceful. You know, it's a place where I go when I've had a stressful day or something's got my goat up, and that I'll just go out and look at my fish and just feel the anger or stress just sort of like fade away. So, as I said, in a children's hospice, you know, not just for the young kids, if they're allowed out, you know, but for their families and for the staff working in this place. I just think it'd be something that'd be really, really good. I believe there is a hospice somewhere in Leicester that does have a koi pond. One of the subscribers said to me about it. There's one of those barbecue huts down there. I always fancied one of them. Going off subject. But yeah, trying to get the details from them to sort of see the ins and outs of it, how they went about it, whether it was something that was done professionally for them, or God, flipping out, mate, or whether it was something they'd done themselves. You know, one of the blokes, or you know, family sort of built it in their spare time. It's hard in terms. Been trying to get hold of them and find out which hospice it is, because of the group that the hospice is under, they got sort of like 3 or 4. So have a little look, but getting a bit tight now. That's right, when there's no traffic, obviously, but when you get another lorry coming the other way, it's getting a little bit tight. It's very dark and miserable as well. The sun was out literally when I pulled over to stop. The sun was out, and that's how fast it changed. So I was staying ahead of the storm, but now it's caught up with me and overtaken me by the looks of it. But yes, anyway, going back, so yeah, so that's my plan, and like I said, it's a way of getting the community, whether you're a koi tuber or a subscriber, you know, koi keepers in general, just get together and do a community project. And I'd like, you know, everybody to sort of like be involved in whichever way they can, whether you're, you know, you're going to be there on the day, sort of, you know, I'll say days when we're doing the build, or whether it's just sort of moral support, or equipment support, idea support, anything like that. It's, you know, any little way that you feel you can help will be, you know, gratefully accepted and appreciated. You know, obviously if every man and his dog sort of turned up at the build, there'd be too many people there and too many cooks spoil the broth, as they say. So, you know, there will be a number, I think, put on it on how many people to be there. Obviously, as well as the pond, we'll probably do a bit of landscaping. So again, you know, plants, you know, topsoil, stuff like that is stuff that we're all going to be after. Have I bitten off more than I can chew? Hopefully not with the support of you people out there. And like I said, I'm a project manager, he's in the know, does a lot of building work and stuff all the time, so deals with councils and gaining access to permits and stuff. So yeah, that side of it, the difficult side of it, it's covered. But then it's the donation side. It's something that we're going to have to start looking at. And like I said, I'm putting a team together, and different people will be responsible for different things, because obviously it's not something I could do all by myself, especially in this sort of work. You know, I'm not there in an office able to make phone calls left, right and centre, look people up, conferencing and stuff like that, go out and about. So basically it's just my idea. It's my idea and I'm pushing it out to you. And then, no, I ain't going to sit back and let everybody else do the work, obviously not. But anyway, I just hope that all you people out there can come together as a community and actually do something that's good, whatever reason you have behind wanting to do good, or give back to the less fortunate people in this world. Just hope that we can sort of, like, if you've got any differences, put them aside, time issues or anything like that, just put them aside, come together, have a little laugh. And like I said, I'm actually on the Pond Build weekend, probably a bank holiday weekend or something like that. I think it'll have to be, to actually get most of the work done. You know, we'll have a barbecue and sort of, and a laugh, if we're allowed, obviously. I mean, we're talking about building on a hospice, so, you know, but I'm sure it won't be a problem on the end of the day, sort of like when we're sort of down in tools and that lot. If we have even if we don't stay on site, I suppose we could go off somewhere and do something.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
These parrots. Been a long time since I come down this road. I remember why now. The Village Tea Room and Crafts. Oh yes please. Nice cup of tea. I've got one sat next to me, just waiting for it to cool down. So, tempting Welsh, Clangurig. Any Welsh people out there can correct me and how you pronounce that, but I think it's Clangurig. He's about to go up there. Cool.
At the roundabout, take the first exit to A470. Mainstay of Wales, sheep and steel, well, still used to be, not so much these days. Better looking road, for how long I don't know, can't remember. Been a lot of building work and new patches of road put in since I last come down this way. Continue on A470.
See how windy it is, and by the trees and everything, some of them are bending over a bit, just a little bit. I'm going with the wind, so it might be hard to see. Now change direction, you might see a bit better. Change direction slightly and then go back again, but yeah, the trees are bending away from us at the moment. So I've got the wind behind me, stays on fuel. So yeah, I've got to go up to this place, load up a JCB and a fuel valve, and then I've got to go down to somewhere near Swindon in Wiltshire,
pick up another machine, put that on the back, and then eventually get back to the yard. Yeah, eventually. And then the wagon's in for MOT next week. So I'm going to have the week off. I don't like jumping into other motors, driving other people's motors, or driving the dog shunter, as they call it, the yard shunter, because it's always filthy. So it's easier just to take the week off. And the grandkiddies are coming down and spending some time with us, so that'd be nice to see them. Hopefully the weather brightens up, get out and about and do a few different things. Not that we've had much of a winter really. Not been cold, has it? No, I'm not complaining. It's saving money on gas and electric, but it's not natural. That's what I say, it's not natural at all. And I still say March is going to be cold. Just got this feeling in the water, it's going to be just a little bit cold. Anyway, I think that's enough of the scenery. So I'll show you my ugly mug one more time before I say goodbye. Yeah, videos will improve. They definitely will improve. It's just that awkward time of year where you can't do a lot. And as you know, this is my job, so I only get the weekends to do anything. And half the time when I get back at the weekends, it's like this outside. So, but things will get better as time comes on, and obviously we've got the charity build now, the community charity build. Put community in it, yeah. So the community charity build, got that going, getting that going. So obviously lots of videos about that as well. So yeah, roll on spring, roll on getting me drum, and the rigmarole that I'm going to have to go through to get that fitted. Not too bad, hopefully. I've just got a funny feeling that I'm going to have to change my slide valve for a ball valve, which means it's almost cutting away me pipework completely, which means I'm going to have to drain the pond until it sort of gets about halfway down, I think. I'm going to have to drain it so I can keep the fish in there, and if I've got the pump head, moving the Nexus out.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Pump feed the Nexus so I can keep it going, keep the fish in a couple of feet of water. Won't hurt for a little while where I'm just doing the pipe work and getting the drum installed. And I'll take the media from the Nexus, obviously, and put that into the bio unit of the combi drum. You know, all bearing any disasters where I've got to use the savings or something else, you know, hopefully it won't be too long. I'm planning on putting the money down up at the Quenny Koi event coming up on March the 26th. Even though it's my wedding anniversary, my lovely wife has said I could go, but I've still got in the back of my mind that if I do go, I'll be in a world of trouble. So, a bit iffy. Still thinking about it. Just trying to figure out what I can do to make up for it. So, anyway, I'll leave you there, people. Look after yourselves. Like I said, hope the storm didn't affect you too bad. And remember, this ain't a hobby, it's a lifestyle.
At the roundabout,
and if you like
take
driving,
the second exit to
let me know. I might do some more videos on driving. A day in the life of. Alright, stay safe everybody. Take care. See you soon.